Kia ora tātou. Ko Mahesh Bindra tōku ingoa. No whare nui o Paramata taki mahi. No rera ka oti taki mihi. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā kātu katoa. Ladies and gentlemen, I deliberately spoke my first part in Maori language to respect and acknowledge the Adivasis of my country, New Zealand. And what I said in Maori was that my name is Mahesh Bindra and I'm a member of parliament in New Zealand, and I acknowledge the presence of each one of you sitting here. That is the Maori tradition. I've been told that there is a shortage of time, so I had to cut short my speech to half. Anyway, I think Sitaramji has mostly said what my thoughts were. Although politically I do not agree with the policies of CPI or whatever, but when I was growing up as a young Air India staff in Mumbai, I used to hear him in the parliament. And before that, when I was a student leader, he was a senior student leader also. So I have been really admiring the way he expresses thoughts. Anyway, coming back to New Zealand, I thought when I got the invite from Dr. Karad and Bharati Chhatra Sansad, I was a bit nervous looking at the size of the organization. And I was also nervous because the subject, the Vishay that I have been given to speak on is inspiring youth, strengthening democracy. So I thought, I'm no longer a youth, and I come from a very small democracy. Bharat happens to be the biggest democracy on the planet. And here I am, representative of just 4.5 million people, out of which just about 160,000 people of Indian origin live in New Zealand. But I'm proud to be a member of New Zealand Parliament, and I'm very proud to be a citizen of New Zealand, but I'm also more proud to be of Indian origin. I'll try and share my story with you. And if that story inspires even one of you, just one, तो मैं समझूंगा कि वो मेरा सौभाग्य है. मेरा जन्म मुंबई शहर में हुआ और मेरा स्कूलिंग भी मुंबई शहर में हुई. फिर उसके बाद I studied in Bombay University. Those days was Bombay University. Now it is the University of Mumbai. I did a degree, an honors degree in political science and psychology because that was the easiest. I did not choose science or technology because I thought that was too difficult. I chose the softer way out. But I learned about our democratic system here. I learned about our political system here, and I was interested in politics, but I could not afford elections in my country. So I started, I was actually trained for a commission in the Indian Army. I did not take that commission, and instead I chose to work for Air India in the Vigilance and Security Department. Later on, I traveled the world, courtesy Air India. And when my kids went to school, I had the opportunity to apply for a permanent residence in New Zealand. I was a bit hesitant again. New country, a small country. I didn't know what opportunities were there. I didn't know the systems there. I knew nothing about how New Zealand functions. Anyways, I took the challenge and I migrated to New Zealand in 2001. So how I came about getting into the parliament, I'll just try and share that story very briefly. What happened was that because I was interested in politics, I started attending the public meetings of political parties. And before that, when I was at the airport with my friend who was actually guiding me into settling into New Zealand, I saw a gentleman, a very distinguished gentleman in his about 60s, very well dressed, with a very charming smile on his face. So I asked my friend, I said, who's this gentleman? So my friend wasn't very impressed with him. He said, oh, don't worry about him. He is the Deputy Prime Minister of New Zealand. He is the Foreign Minister of New Zealand, but he doesn't like immigrants. I didn't believe him. In fact, my friend spoke in Marathi, and he gave choicest Puneri Shivya Dilatana. I hope you know what it means, right? So I didn't actually pay attention to my friend's Puneri Shivya. I thought, now I have to actually talk to this man and work with him to know him better. So I got that opportunity to talk to him in a couple of weeks. There was a public meeting that he was addressing, and I was the only Indian in that meeting because the others were probably scared of him. So after the meeting, after his speech, he invited questions, as he does. So I asked him a question. I said, all over the world, New Zealand embassies have got these banners, clean, green, and safe New Zealand, and you invite us here. We are not refugees, we are immigrants, and we have been invited to come to your country. After we come here, we as Indian immigrants here, we bring in a lot of money, we bring in a lot of talent, and we create jobs for the locals here. And what do we get in return? Our people are getting killed in their taxis while they're driving taxis. Our shopkeepers are being shot at. Our liquor store owners are being looted. And my people are not safe in your New Zealand streets. So how is it safe for us? Have I finished? You want me to finish now? Oh, I'm sorry. I've been told to finish. The only thing I would like to tell you is that nobody is going to come and strengthen the democracy here. It is up to you guys and girls to strengthen the Indian democracy. The itihas, the history of this Shiksha Nagari has already been written. And the itihas of the country has already been written by Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj right up to Vajirao Peshwe. Now, it is up to you to write the future itihas. Bharatiya Lokatantra Amar Rahe. Jai Hind.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद महेश बिंद्रा जी।